Dave and Tucker. I've been in four stores, and every single store that people have been pushing it. I've not cracked it yet, but
Is it
uh,
the double char?
it is a double char.
I think
So
that's the one that Vic was raving about, wasn't it, Vic? The double char. Is that you,
I
Victor?
know Dave Vogelsang likes the double char real well.
right.
I haven't tried it.
All right.
I had a little Christmas money left over, so I bought it. So I bought it.
Dave and Tucker, yeah, Dave and Tucker is actually pretty good. Is it Dickel? I couldn't tell you. I don't. It does
I
have the
heard
kick.
it's Source Dickel.
It's MGK.
RJ's flexing. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Now
Here we go.
I can go grab a handy too, but ours is a couple years old.
I'd go get mine, but my wife won't let me.
I'm gonna open mine.
Fresh crack. You
Yeah.
do it.
Thank
Is
God.
that this
So,
year's, William?
spear
I'm
me.
sorry. Is that this year's?
Yes.
Nice.
So I actually have the receipt down here. Let me grab the receipt.
I think the VTACs are just dropping in Washington like this week.
I went into the liquor store before work to get some energy drinks. So I got two monsters at $2.29 a piece, and then they pulled the Thomas H. Handy out of the back at $189.99. So of course I had to take that with me. So my
There's still plenty of stores here in Washington that have last year's VTAC and Pappy lineups because they are just asking ridiculous amounts of money for them.
I'm gonna open it, guys. This is gonna be fresh crack. I just went live on YouTube as well, but I'm referring them to your stream just so I can record this because I don't want to miss my first impression on this.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, RJ, I hear it's terrible. You can just go ahead and send me the whole bottle. Don't. Yeah. Don't even. Yeah.
I'm taking the foil off right now.
Eric Gunderson said confirmed it is Dickel, the Dib and Tucker.
My little my little chipped top has now been opened, so now when I scan it, it should say it's been opened.
Is that what that's for? Because I threw that away.
It's an RFID tag. You can scan it with your phone.
Yeah, you can scan it and it'll give you
verifies the
information.
bottle is real.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't want them tracking me. Freaking
There you go.
feds over here. You know they're the trackers.
We let a Fed into our chat.
Did you just blow in the bottle, RJ? Come on.
I was smelling
Oh, okay.
He blew the bottle.
You can't blow a handy.
it. But you can handy a blowy.
So so we had we had family Christmas on Sunday. My brother's side of the family, and this is what my niece got me. She was so excited. She said, "I got you a Pappy, right?" And what they did is they took the patty and they made Pete. They turned it into a Pete. They even did it
I,
on the back. Like
I
they
saw that in your on your Discord. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's funny.
she was so
Very
proud.
clever.
I was like, "That's clever for this one." Yeah.
What you getting, RJ?
So you blew Gunner's mind. He didn't know they had RFID. That's awesome.
It's sweet, but also spicy. Like there's some kind of like, I mean, obviously the rye spice to it, but it smells like almost fruity, but not like a normal fruit, like a dried fruit.
Yeah.
Wow, it's super like sweet on the nose, but yet I can still like get the spice through it too.
RJ, can you put that boom mic right on your wherever your Adam's apple when you swallow that? Okay.
Look at Matt wants somebody to swallow something. Man,
I mean, our lapel microphones capture it quite a bit.
It's got like this really dark fruit note to it that just it's hard to pinpoint exactly what it is.
William Hall, I thought you were being attacked by a vampire there for a second.
Yeah, you know, every once in a while. So
Yeah,
I
that. Oh, go ahead.
this is a really good bottle, and it's just a grown up version of the Saz Rye.
Yep.
But it's a lot smoother. I like it. You know?
Yeah, I love that they added all that, or they left all that fruit into that, because that's everything that the Saz could be.
It's like the least sought after BTAC bottle though. Like it's the
It's usually the cheapest.
It's usually the one that's the most plentiful as well.
But I'm a rye guy, and I love those ryes, and so
Hmm.
for me, it's awesome. And I got
Let me
mine
ask
just
you, is it minty? Is it spearmint or is it pepper?
No, I don't get spearmint on it at all. And I'm not a rye person at all, and I really enjoy this.
I like the pepper rye, but man, if I get that spearmint, it kills me right away. So I'll give a spear to my palate.
Really? Yeah, I like some of them. Slightly venomous, Kirk. Thanks for joining us. You have a happy new year. Hope to see you on another live stream soon.
Man, this is awesome. I've never experienced something like this for a rye.
yeah. I walked in. I like RJ. I walked into the liquor store, and he pulled it out from under the counter. And he's like, "I've been waiting on somebody that loves ryes to come in."
The only rye that I've actually enjoyed is the one that Matt's drinking on the one from Buffalo, New York that I got from Bourbon School. The 1 foot.
Why is everybody embarrassed to say the word?
I mean, I can say it. I was just trying to be appropriate on Baker Drink Stream. You know, I don't want to get them demonetized for anything like that.
Hey, we don't monetize our live streams. It's cool.
Okay, it's called the 1 foot cock.
Yeah, it's the name of the bottle. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like Jefferson's. I don't. I've been down the line. Traffic was good. I give you that. But this rye finished in cognac barrels is freaking fantastic.
Really?
I got something that's finished in cognac barrels that I can open up. It's gonna ruin my BTAC though.
No peppermint, no spearmint, no mints, no eucalyptus, no nothing. But it's smooth.
Is that bottle $80 or
Oh
90 bucks?
God, RJ.
This one,
Yeah, where you
64 bucks.
Oh, really? Most of those Jeffersons are
Oh,
like
that's a
80
good
bucks
price.
here. It's just so it just seems like it's too much.
RJ, that's got to be your most regretted purchase of this year.
I haven't even opened it yet.
This is a store pick for 64 bucks.
Really, that's nice.
I love this bottle. I mean,
There's
it's
that
great.
there's that one
I don't know that I've
Jefferson
ever
that's the
seen a
lower end that's
Jefferson's
like
rye.
$35, and the rest of them are all like 80
I've
and
seen
above.
that
Yeah,
ocean aged rye, but I've not seen pitch rye.
it's
And I've never seen a cognac finished one.
it's fantastic. I'm gonna go back, and my wife, who you just saw, she does not like rye at all. I mean, nothing. But that one she'll drink, and she'll drink the Angel's Envy finished in rum cask. She loves those two bottles.
Man, that Angel's Envy, that's like a honey bomb right there.
Oh,
It tastes like pure honey right there.
I
it's
get
good.
like a maple syrup with like a little bit of bacon on it.
Like a
Mhm.
donut. Is that tequila? You got some tequila?
It is. I bought the Mexican Heritage Patron.
Nice.
Is it just the box that's different, or?
Yeah, except the box. The box is actually it's metal. It's not cardboard.
Metal.
Oh,
So it's pretty cool. One of my coworkers wanted it, and another coworker ordered it for him. And I figured because I saw this in store, in case there's an issue with them getting it online, I could just pick it up in store.
Yep. So about 10 more minutes, guys, and we're gonna be doing the next giveaway. So if you've not entered the code word into the chat, do so we can grab that and get you entered in.
Jeff Castle says he's been waiting for a live stream to open up samples that we gave him.
Oh, awesome.
No idea what you got, but
Now is the time.
enjoy.
Okay, Rusty did get his handy out.
Oh, he got his
Holy
handy
crap!
too.
Holy crap!
Rusty, did you eat that?
Yeah, are you drinking all that, bud? Did you ask?
No,
Did you
no,
ask permission?
no. So, Mr. Dave Vogelsang has sent me 24 2-ounce pours, and I told him if I got something at this at the where I got that at, I said if I get something that you don't sent me 24 2-ounce pours of stuff that I will never freaking have. So,
That's two
and
full bottles of whiskey, by the way.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, so I was glad to be able to give this awesome individual. And unfortunately, the freaking mail screwed me up. You know, they freaking it was supposed to be there on the 29th, I think, and it's still held up somewhere. So hopefully after the new year he'll freaking get it.
Well, I have friends, and I think it got rerouted back to me.
Nope.
Urban Hall, thanks for being here. Good night.
Yeah, thanks a lot, buddy.
Well, good night, Bourbon Hall. I didn't know you were here, man. Thank you for shouting me out to do the challenge.
So is there a way to
Oh, yeah.
tell? Is there a way to tell what is what on this?
The
So
label.
mine says 130.9.
My handy, it's because it's the 23 release, is 124.9. Do you still have the foil topper that came with the bottle when you opened it?
No, I didn't know anything about it, so I freaking peeled it off and it's gone.
Let me see if I can figure it out for you. 130.9 is what you said?
Yeah, I think that's what it's. I'm pretty sure that's what it says. 130.9.
That's a 22, right?
I think so.
Hey, Michael, about to try this Bardstown bottled in
What bar?
bond.
Yeah, what's
Single
that?
barrel? Which one?
PLBC, the fall.
Okay. Yeah, they actually had 4 barrels. I found 3 of them. So I think you got 2 of them.
Yep.
Rusty, what does the proof say on it? One more time, brother.
I think it's one. I think it's 130, but it might. I don't know. It's kind of.
Can you hold up the bottle?
Yeah, It's 130.9.
Okay, hang on.
It ain't gonna freaking focus.
So that's the 22 the German.
I think so. I'm pulling it up now.
I think it is a 22.
And tasting it again.
It is. It is, in fact, the 22. It's 130.9 proof. It's 6 years age dated with 4 months. MSRP was $99 on that bad boy.
Yeah, so I paid 159 for this one.
I paid $189.99 for mine. I think they raised the MSRP on BTAC to $149.99.
Yeah, they did. So you said that's only a 6-year age stated?
6 year, 4 month for the 2022.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's the lightest and like the least desirable of the BTACs, and like they said, the most. Well, no, it's still BTAC, man. I don't think I'll ever see another BTAC bottle before my like again in my life. So I'm super stoked that I got a 2023.
Yeah, I figured, this one is probably the only one I'll ever see, that I got.
I'm gonna be making some that's crazy offers at these liquor stores to see if I can get one, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I got it close to MSRP because I know I'm gonna be overpaying to get them. But I'm gonna be offering these mom and pop stores $500 cash, $100 bills, and see if they'll get me out the door with no taxes and get them out that way.
Just start like waving the $100 bills. Be like, you fake this?
Well, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna ask them what they got. They're gonna show me a BTAC bottle. I'm gonna offer 300 when they show me that $1,000 price point. They're gonna rebuttal, and then I'm gonna say last and final offer. I'll give you $500 cash. If they accept, they accept. If they don't, I'll just walk out. It's not that big of a deal. But I figured it might be my only chance to score another BTAC bottle like a George T. Stagg. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I'm gonna get like an Eagle Rare 17 or William Leroy Weller for $500 cash. But hey, if they're willing to do it, I'm willing to pay it.
I'm this. It is. It's mint. I wished it was something else, and it's not terrible, but it's just not my. It's just not my thing.
Okay. Hey, Rusty, just send it to me. I am down with mint.
All right. You $100. I'll send it to you.
How about 25?
The best I can do is $3.50.
I like fries with mint because then you don't have to do mouthwash afterwards.
True. Yeah. It's hardcore mint. It really is.
Hey, Michael, this has got the hardest hug of anything I've had in a very long time. Like this Bardstown, like it is super. It's 130 proof, but I double checked it. Man, I am super. I like it. I mean, I like the high proof.
And that's the first time you've been hugged in how long?
Well, as someone who was not raised by either one of their parents, and I was a bastard child, and all my parents are dead now.
Well, that went
Very dark, very
real
quick.
sad. Went real sad, real quick.
I've been drinking, and I'm sad. Thank you for that, Vic.
No problem.
Hey, Major, send you a sample bottle right here.
Oh, very nice.
Not hugged quite as much.
I love it. This is fantastic. This is like the hug I wish I would have gotten from my mother. Honestly, it's great.
This
Nice and warm.
the Thomas A. Chaney's giving me this like warm, fuzzy feeling inside afterwards for like a pretty medium to long finish.
I think Matt's camera or his phone might have died, and he's still sitting there talking to it and don't even know.
Probably.
He's in the chat talking.
Is he?
He says
Whiskey Bank, welcome to the show. Brian Parker, thank you so much.
We got 3 minutes till our next giveaway, which is gonna be
Yeah, it's almost New Year's here.
We'll do a bottle giveaway on the next one.
Mr. Lopez, what ODB do you have?
Or no, we'll do samples. We'll save the bottle.
TV only. We're doing a bottle.
We're doing a bottle? Which bottle are we giving away?
Man, I was hoping Bourbon Riders was going to be in the chat, but they're not in the chat right now.
Left hand. Okay.
Michael Ray is one of the guys from my end. What's up, brother?
Which one you got, RJ?
It is the 2023-03, the Mighty Fine Batch. I was hoping that I was hoping Bourbon Riders was actually in the chat because he asked for a sample of this, and it's not open, but it's about to be.
Dave, I can't believe you're still up. I didn't think you were even gonna make it till our live stream started.
So RJ, real quick on the Thomas Handy, what are you doing? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
I'm not a rye guy, but that was super smooth, even for a 124.9 proofer. It does have some like rye spice to it. I think there's a little bit of that spearmint that Adam's talking about, but I don't think it's so like dominant that it's not an enjoyable flavor. It has a medium to long finish. Like it definitely sits on the tongue long after you swallow, and I actually really enjoy the flavor. It's very very full. A lot of complexity to it. There's a lot more going on to it, like on the nose, like the dried fruit. I know I'm tasting other stuff. It's the first drink of the night, trying to narrow it down. I approve the 2023 Thomas H. Handy. It's fantastic. It's my first BTAC bottle too, so maybe there's some bias there. Like I know a lot of people are making offers on my bottle for trades. I had someone offer me like 7 bottles for it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting rid of this. I want to open this. I got it close to MSRP. We're gonna open it. We're gonna drink it.
I got mine at $5 above MSRP, so I'm like, no.
Wow.
Yeah, when you get it so close to MSRP, because that was the one thing I said is like if I could find a BTAC bottle at or near MSRP, I would open it and I would drink it. And I'll even send out some samples to certain people. It's one of those where it's like you can't just sample the whole thing out because then you're not gonna have any bottle left for yourself. But it's one of those that's not gonna get opened very often just because of how rare it is. But we got the mighty fine batch of Bookers now. We got the cork off, so we're gonna pour up a glint of this now.
Awesome. So hey, not to cut you off there, RJ. We got about a minute to go.
Oh, it's time. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Is that the slam dunker?
Since RJ wouldn't shut up, we're gonna give you one more minute. If you've not entered, you got till 10:01.
Hashtag new.
Hashtag new. This is for the Maker's Mark Cask Strength Dunker, and it's
Fully done.
it's fully dunked. I think it's even double dunked. I don't know. We've been sitting on this.
Also, guys, it's New Year's here, so cheers, guys. It's New Year's.
Happy New Year's, Jeff.
Happy New Year's from John Powell.
I see why he was gone. He was probably done with his cigar, so he now
Lots of new hashtag news coming in. So we've got
RJ. I swear to God, dude. I swear.
38 entries, 40 people in the chat. So if you want a chance for this cask strength
Super quick question, Troy, Laura, did you guys dunk that bottle or is that?
No, we found it.
Nope, that's off the shelf.
I was just gonna ask if you burned your hands while you were doing it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, because I mean, it's all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, you can see down here where it was like sitting on the ground. But yeah, Makers has like this policy. They only dunk so far, but like maybe 1 out of 100 bottles, somebody will get a little rambunctious. And these dunkers got quite collectible this last year.
That's a
So
workman's comp.
I heard it was 1 out of 800.
Yeah, I don't know
yeah,
the number. It's one out of
they're
a lot.
pretty rare. So it's drawing time. Let's share the screen.
Good luck on the giveaway and Happy New Year's, guys.
Let's see what we get. I'm gonna make sure the person's here because I know some people have left. We had the hashtag up there for an hour, so big yes in the chat. Look at that. You were here.
Let's go.
Awesome.
I think he, I think he left. I don't think he's here.
I don't think he's here.
Hey guys, congrats, buddy.
Yeah. Congrats, Mr. Aaron.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm super stoked for you. That's awesome.
I know. And a dunker? That's a crazy dunker too.
Never had that makers yet. So cool.
I want to come
Well,
down.
you can't open it because it's a dunker. It's a collector. It just sits on the shelf. You can't drink it.
It's your whiskey. You do what you want with it.
Yeah.
I think Michael was saying goodbye, or maybe he was gonna come back later. He said I heard something, and then he was gone. So,
Oh, I'm sorry I missed
thank
that.
you, Michael Borger, for being here.
Michael, it was awesome to finally get to see you. Thanks for joining us. RJ, we're drinking King Ranch, by the way.
Awesome. What do you guys think? Yay or nay?
Terrible.
So I reviewed it.
Ignoring the price. Ignoring the price. Yay or nay?
Okay. So the price I think is
The price gives me a thumbs down to like a thumb sideways because the price is just too much.
So you're getting them for like $90 or whatever.
It's $92 after taxes now is what I'm paying for them, which is still way more than it should be.
I think SRP is like 60 on it, right?
No. So last year's the MSRP was 60. This year's is actually $90. They did raise it. They're selling below MSRP on this new second batch release. The problem is you can get Old Forester single barrel strength, Old Forester single barrel 100 proof, the Old Forester single barrel rye, all for less than the King Ranch, and they're all better than the King Ranch.
I know somebody here on our panel has a brand new Old Forester bottle. I'd love to hear his thoughts on that.
Oh, did someone get the 1924?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Matt.
Oh man. Oh, it's upstairs.
Did you get the 1924, Matt?
upstairs.
So
Ain't nothing wrong with a little cardio.
so it's way, way, way oakier than I thought it would be. A little disappointed at the price. I found it for 115. I don't know if that's just what I don't know what the MSRP is supposed to be in that bottle.
Is it for the 1924? Is that what we're talking about?
SRP,
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
which is crazy high for the Whiskey Row series, but it's 10 years old, so I mean,
Yeah,
I kind
now
of
that
get
I
it.
think about it, birthday bourbon's 11 years old, isn't it? So it's
Well, birthday bourbon's different age every year, but ours is
ours
11.
was 11.
They're selling the 1924 here in Texas. It's not not in the stores, but secondary. They're selling for $300 a bottle,
That's
Oh my
crazy.
god.
and people are buying them. People are buying them.
No big deal. No big deal.
No way that I would.
Fear of missing out on a bottle that hasn't even released in our state yet.
Yeah, 1920, 1910. I like better. The price point's much more appetizing. It wasn't anything like I was hoping it would be. It was just super oak, really, really, really oaky. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Oh, we got a new word to type in chat. I didn't realize we're typing in hashtag year. I'm not paying attention. I'm slacking.
I mean, you've got a whole hour.
We're on to the next hour, buddy.
Oh, I know. I'm just trying to get ahead of the game and make sure I'm in. If I drink too much, I'm gonna forget.
So those that have been here from the beginning, have you noticed the theme with the hashtags?
We got real creative here.
Yeah, it's making a sentence. We're all drinking saying it's okay to keep it simple. I mean, it's come on.
Yeah, I gotta remember it to be able to change the word on my little thing
This
here.
the Mighty Fine batch is better than the Charlie's batch. I'm gonna say it now.
Oh.
The 2023-01 I really did enjoy, but this is even better.
We only found batch one this year, and I think we only found batch one last year as well. I guess that's our batch.
I'm gonna do a fresh crack on this one in a little bit.
Is that
2304.
I heard the 04 was not good. I'm gonna be picking one up off of a buddy, but I heard it wasn't good.
I heard the O2 was not good.
The Apprentice batch 02 was not good, and then
Yeah, they're probably all good.
the Apprentice batch I heard was not good either.
I heard
I
the
think if you
03 was.
saw our short today, you got the tasting notes already.
1 and 3 are good, and then 2 and 4 I heard were not for this year. The 4s are still sitting on the shelf here. I'm gonna get one because I got a guy that he needs to get rid of a bottle, and he's spent a lot of money on college, so
I think they're all pretty good. They're just the price is getting out of control on them.
it is. I mean, they're like $115 after taxes, and for the flavor profile, it's Jim Beam, guys. It's high proof Jim Beam. It tastes like peanut. Just very nutty.
$90 is
That's amazing.
that's like 2019 price.
It's like $100 here, and after taxes and shit, it's like 115. It's brutal.
It was like I'll go back and look. It was like $79.99.
If you got it for that price, then I would buy every single release that they have at that price because I think they're good enough to be what they are at that price. But when you jump up over $100, it's a lot harder to say that it's worth it.
So, Adam, it just hit midnight there, right?
Yeah, I had to mute my microphone because the kids out front are trying to take each other down with Roman candles, and like one of them literally bounced off the front of my house.
Well,
Yeah,
I love it.
cheers to you, Adam. Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah, I guess we forgot to say Happy New Year.
I was trying to say Happy New Year.
Yeah, RJ.
What's the song you're supposed to sing, Adam? Every New Year you're supposed to sing that song. You're old enough to remember it.
Is it Old Lang Syne? Is that what it is? Or?
Yes.
That's the one.
What are you talking about?
You're up. You're queued, Adam. Go ahead.
I will save you all the terrible embarrassment of having to hear me sing. Music is my autism. I don't really know music, so I'm the wrong person for that.
What's the? Sorry, you'll just have to play me that song tomorrow because I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think it's called Old Lang Syne.
You've heard it, Laura. It's like everybody.
The End of a Wonderful Life.
I'm gonna Google
She's
it.
gonna Google it.
Say it again.
Just
Old AULD. Lang LANG.
it's she typed in AULD and the whole thing pops right up. She's gonna listen. I'm gonna mute this for a second.
She's gonna hear 2 seconds of him be like, "Oh yeah, that song."
They literally play it at every New Year's Eve ever.
RJ, when I was moving to the basement studio, I got
She
everything.
didn't even get 2 seconds in.
Yeah, exactly.
When you were moving to the studio, Matt?
Yeah, I got everything set up, and I was pulling up Baker's stream. And I opened up YouTube, and it was like it was everybody on Zoom. And I was like, oh, there. So I click on it, and you know me, I'm always having weird audio issues, and so I could only hear RJ. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like unplugging shit, plugging shit in, and then I realized I was on RJ's stream, not Baker's stream. I just troubleshot a damn audio issue for 20 minutes, and I was on the wrong stream.
Oh no, I'm just streaming my audio on my end because I was trying to get my take on some of the bottles without catching everybody else. But I do have in the description to check out Baker Drinks live stream because that's where we're broadcasting from.
I was like, how is this possible? I was like, how can I only hear RJ? I was like, this is a new problem.
No, we were broadcasting. I'm sorry, guys. We're still live on YouTube, but we have it in the description to check out Baker Drinks. If anyone's in my chat right now, make sure you go to Baker Drinks channel to hear everybody else talking.
Matt, you're an IT guy, right?
I am, yeah. Unfortunately, what a thankless job.
I'll tell you, audio visual is the worst part of our job. That and printers.
No, I don't know, dude. Email servers might be worse than that.
If you have an
So
Exchange
you just
server,
unplug it, count to 30, and plug it back in.
Yeah. No. talking about Linux, not Exchange. Hardcast. Yeah.
We'll see if anyone's watching our stream right now. I hope no one's watching our stream.
Copier.
What are you eating, Troy? Nuts?
Yes, we're eating some nuts. A whole bowl of them.
I do like a mouthful of nuts.
They're salty and they're delicious.
Well, we're definitely demonetized now.
We're getting there. We're gonna do another fresh crack. I'm almost finished with this. I've got a couple options. What do you guys think about like a Kelsey's Creek single barrel? Or if you guys hate me, I can fresh crack this nonsense.
You might want to watch Sean's.
Or
Yeah, you might want to watch Sean's review on that bottle. You know what? RJ might like it. RJ likes all the trash.
I can fresh crack this conviction.
Yeah, you know what, RJ? Crack the world whiskey. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because Sean's the only person I know that's tried it, so I don't know anything else. Maybe he's the one that's wrong.
I got these for Christmas from my dad, so I could fresh crack one of these.
I like that Whistle Pig 10. I'm like the only one on this planet that likes that bottle. I love that bottle.
No, I like the Whistle Pig 10.
I love that bottle.
Is that the small batch select Four Roses? That's a good one too.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. And then small batch rye 10-year as well for the Whistle Pig.
You know what, man? I'm like, oh, look at that. It didn't even have to move. Boom.
Have you guys ever heard of this conviction? This straight bourbon whiskey?
So Storytime Distilling had a conviction pick.
But we've never had it.
I heard it was good.
This is a Dev Liquor Somerville, South Carolina pick.
Rusty, I'll drink some Whistle Pig 10 with you if you want to crack that. I love that bottle. That's a great bottle.
And then I also got this Kelsey's Creek from Goody Goody single barrel.
Is that the show that Jennifer Love Huge Tits was on?
It is a Rock Hill Farms bottle. They used to be distilled by Sazerac, but it says bottled by Old Tyne Company.
Yeah, that's Rebecca Creek's ugly little sister.
Is it worth it? Like, is it good?
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Dawson's Creek. Okay, never mind.
This is why nobody listens to your jokes.
I know. Yeah, that was rough.
I gotta go, guys.
Later, Rusty.
See you, Rusty. Happy New Year, buddy.
Yeah, this is like $120 bottle, but I didn't pay $120 for it. But I heard it's awful.
I think Sean paid like $300 for his.
Yeah, Sean paid, I was going to say 300 for his.
His was a different one. His had the samurai top on it.
Yeah, this is a night.
One with the unicorn on the top too.
The unicorn one's like 160. I think this is like 115 at Total Wine. It's 10-year age statement, but it's finished in cognac cask. I heard it's really not that good, but we can open it for you guys if you guys want to see a review on that real quick. We'll do a live review.
I bet you won't.
You think I won't?
I don't think you would.
Let me see if I can beat my arch nemesis, aka plastic.
Hey, Big Cat, did you get a holder for your phone?
Yeah, he sure did. Jeff Castle says he has a store pick of.
So you're not having to do this anymore?
I don't have to hold my phone for fucking 3 hours at a time. It's
Yeah,
nice.
we can see your whole face. It works out.
Not just your left nostril.
I have my phone sideways. I just found out it cuts out the little black lines if I have it sideways. So there you go. And
Technology's a great thing.
I just learned last night that you can access the chat through your phone too, which I didn't fucking know either. So you learn something new every day.
There you go. You just gotta be on more streams so you can figure it all out.
Yep.
That bottle is kicking RJ's butt.
I've got it now. I've got it, guys. I promise. I told you my arch nemesis is plastic.
Oh, you're really gonna do it?
Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, who buys whiskey to just let it sit on their shelf and not open it up and drink it?
Do it. Put that boom mic
Ooh, that's
on.
actually a good cork pop.
I did get it, but just didn't get the view.
I want to see the expression when I taste it.
Everybody wants the boom mic on your neck when you swallow that.
It smells decent.
Smells decent straight out of the bottle. There you go.
Sean likes
Oh, that was a big pour.
Well, it's funny.
Well, if it's bad, we're gonna chug it.
Was that Adam?
I actually saw that bottle in
I'm sorry, guys. I had to do it. I had to. Let me calm down for a second. Sorry. I'm glad you guys thought that was funny. Oh, it does have that cognac finish. Like I can definitely smell like the cognac. It's very soft and sweet though. I don't smell any of the oak, any of the wood, the char. I don't smell any of that. It's literally just the cognac that I'm smelling, and I don't like cognac, so this might be awful. Oh, all right, here we go. Here we go. Whew. Okay, so it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not great. So it does have that cognac taste to it, which I hate. But I think because it is technically a bourbon that's finished in cognac cask, like it just took out like all the oakiness, all the woodiness. There's no like wood going on here. It's just sweet, but it's like that bittersweet that you would typically get from a cognac, and it's not.
$115.
Yeah, that's the other problem. It's $115. I'm trying to see the proof on it. Oh, it's 55% ABV, so it's gonna be 110 proof. 110 proof. Yeah, it's kind of light. It doesn't taste terrible though. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say that everyone should go and buy one of these. I don't think any of you should ever buy one of these. But for content, it's not awful.
Rave reviews, not awful.
I mean, if we're gonna do some sampling, guys, you guys want to do some more samples, and we want to do some giveaways for samples. I can do a terrible pour sample. We can pour this up, with the exception of Barrel Dave, who's the only one that seems to like this bottle. We could pour up some of this, and we'll just do like a punishment pour sample package.
We should totally do like your worst pours, and then we send them around to each other.
I mean, I'm down because I have some pretty bad ones. In fact, I might not just send a pour. I might just send the whole bottle. It's got Malort, barrel aged Malort. Gross. Gross.
Is there
Uh,
a big difference between barrel aged and the normal? We've still never had the Willet.
so the Willet pot still that Adam's holding up, because I got that's my first taste of it. It is not as bad as I anticipated. I expected to be much worse.
I'll send this to you. I've got it. I'm getting some. This in January. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna send this to you. 100%. I'll send
You're
this.
gonna send that to us?
Yes.
I'll review it. So
If I'm slurring my words, I apologize, but I will definitely send this to you. I've got some samples ready for you, so that I'm getting together.
I appreciate it. We love samples. We're drinking like 15 of them tonight.
And I apologize for this in advance. It is garbage. It tastes like a Monday smell. It's the
What
worst
if I
thing.
like it? What if I like it?
Then you have a trash palate.
The Willet pot still was not as bad as Adam made it out to be. I'm not going to sit here and say it's great because it's not, but I don't think it's as bad as he said it is.
So,
Is it
so
the like up
You guys are
close
putting me in the dark.
you don't like?
Do we know if that's the old release or the newer release?
I believe the one he showed is the new release.
I've heard the newer release is good.
so the new release is weeded, and so I've had both the old and the new. The old one was actually pretty good. The weeded one, that man, I just don't even care for. So,
Yeah, we were going to pick it up recently to do a video on it, and Total Wine had their prices totally messed up. They had it at $100, and then the huge one at like 110. I'm like, I'm not paying $100 for the small one, and I don't want this massive bottle that won't fit on a shelf.
The 1.75 liter is 99.99, and then I want to say the 750 is like 49.99. But
Yeah, so they've adjusted their prices since then, but for like a solid month, the 750 was like $100, and the 175 was like 110.
The little 50 milliliter bottle that Adam held up, I have one too. It's sitting in the back. I want to say it was $10 for that mini just so I could try it, and I figured I would rather pay $10 than $50 for something if it's as bad as Adam said, because I'm like I don't want to be stuck with a big bottle of this and not like it.
I've tried two of them because I thought maybe I had a bad bottle. That's the third bottle I bought. Out of the two, they're getting terrible. So you can't
It
use
just
it.
keeps going back though. I mean, he could have got a full now at this point.
Maybe I'll get a 750 of it and I'll review it like I did the blend.
Oh, that'd be very awesome to watch you do.
Yeah, that video was great.
So the problem with what Adam's doing in buying the small 50 mils is those are plastic bottles.
Mine's glass.
Those-
No, my mini's glass.
It's glass.
It's glass.
Okay, because the ones that they have here are plastic.
Oh, they're glass here.
Good out of plastic. I take that back out.
I'm gonna do a live stream probably on Wednesday or Thursday, just so you guys are aware. I'm not exactly sure when. All those minis from the advent calendar that I made a small pour from, we're gonna give all of those away, like every single one of them. I don't know if we're gonna do a whole lot. If we get a whole bunch of people, we'll split them up and we'll do multiples. But if we don't have a whole lot of people on that live stream, we're
Advent Infinity bottle, and then give that away as samples.
I'm just gonna give the whole lot of the minis away so people can try the crap that I had. But I think it would be hilarious if I made a infinity bottle, because some of those were scotches, some of those were cognac, some of those were less than 6 months age stated whiskeys.
Less than 6 months.
I'm not sure anybody wants those.
That's why I said I'd rather just give away the whole lot so they can pick out the nice ones, because some of those minis were expensive. One of those minis cost me $12 for a 50 milliliter bottle. We tried to buy a wide variety of minis, and we just went to Total Wine. We did it all in one place. I was like, this will be easier. I can make sure I'm not getting duplicates. I could have got a gold bar, but I
That was pretty expensive for how bad it is.
so next year I've already been kind of told and blessed up by some of the subscribers. They want to do sample bottles, and they want to make sure that I drink better than what I had this time. So I'm gonna have samples for every day. We actually got a new advent calendar. Let me pull that out real quick. It,
Oh yeah.
we got a new calendar for next year already. So next year we can do samples.
You're all ready. Now you gotta store that for a whole year.
I got a shelf over here. It fits perfectly underneath the shelf, so I'll forget about it.
Perfect.
So if you're gonna do sample bottles, Bourbon Wilcox sells a box that's like mine, but it has the 25 days in there. So it's got 25 slots in there and then two glass holders on the side of it. It's made for an advent.
Send me the link. Say less. Send me the link right now.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty cheap.
Yeah, send me the link. It's done. I bought it. I already own it. I just need the link. Z-Man in chat. Is he backstage?
Z-Man.
Let's go. Z-Man.
Happy New Year.
Dave, you did make it a long time. Make it all the way to this late.
He's still awake.
Good night. He's finally leaving, he said.
All right, what's next, guys? What are we cracking?
So I'm drinking a Wild Turkey rare breed travel exclusive here, and I think that you should drink that store pick in your right hand.
My left hand, but we'll take it.
Oh, I thought the Rock Hill Farms was a store pick.
Oh, it's just a single barrel. It's not a store pick. You want me to drink this one?
Okay, that's the one.
Yes, Rebecca Creek's ugly little sister.
So
What's it called again?
it's called Kelsey's Creek. I'm gonna give you the background story that I was given from Goody Goody. I think it's some BS. It's Old Time Company. He said it used to be Sazerac, which I believe. I do believe that because I did some research. He said that this is essentially a 7-year-old single barrel that is just younger Eagle Rare. is how they market and sell this bottle. I don't believe that. I'm used to being lied to. I'm a behavioral detection officer, so I know what lying looks like, and he definitely lied to me. But we had a long conversation and helped my wife pick out some bottles, so I figured, I'll buy one of his recommendations, and I just liked it for the bottle. And my sister-in-law, her name is Kelsey, so she actually doesn't want the whiskey. She told me if I drink it, she'll use the bottle because I offered to give this to her as a gift. So we'll definitely drink this so we can help her out with getting her this bottle. Kelsey's Creek. We're gonna use the Balcones, Glenn. It's the freshest one we got, cleanest one we got.
I think he went to go get the ballot or something. Dylan was pacing around, so I think he went and
Hey man, also we're not using phrasing anymore.
So this is a Kentucky straight bourbon. It's supposed to be 7-year age statement. I don't know how if that 7 years is true. It's a 90 proof, so it's 45%. It's not super high proof. It smells very oaky, like super oaky, kind of like Eagle Rare does. I don't know if it's gonna taste like Eagle Rare. Man, I wish I had a bottle of Eagle Rare. I gave my last bottle of Eagle Rare to one of my coworkers, so I don't have a bottle of Eagle Rare.
Here you go.
Yeah, let me just reach across and.
oh thanks. That's
I actually don't have a bottle of E.H. Taylor small batch or Eagle Rare right now because my coworkers have been hitting me up for liquor now. They're like, hey, I like bourbon. Can you help me find this bottle? And I'm like, damn it, I only have one of these, but yeah, I'll make sure you get this because I like taking care of my friends and my coworkers, so I don't have any Eagle Rare to compare this to.
I'm stoked to try those bottles, Michael Borton.
I'm actually gonna thumbs up this guy that recommended the Kelsey's Creek from Goody Goody. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend it's a younger Eagle Rare. It is very light. It's 90 proof. The oakiness on the nose is not necessarily transferred over onto the tongue. It is very sweet and smooth, kind of like Blanton's is, because what Blanton's is what like 94 proof. It's not very high proof either for just the regular single barrel. And for the price, I mean, this is actually a pretty good bottle.
Last Blanton's I drank went down like water.
I mean, that's kind of how this is going right now. So, I mean, I know it's a single barrel, so maybe not every single barrel will be the same, hence the single barrel. But if the next single barrel drinks anything like this, I wouldn't be opposed to buying more of these. Actually, Goody Goody's like super far away from me. I had to drive 50 minutes to the store, but that's a whole nother argument.
So I know you moved on from the Booker's 2303, but this 2304 pales in comparison to the 2303.
Do you like it?
Turned out to be the best.
You like the 04?
No, I like the 03 much better.
Okay. So I have a buddy that he's going to be back in town. He has 03 and 04, and I know he's trying to get rid of both of them. I know he wants a Weller 107, so I'm going to swap him when he comes over because he's going to be. I'm going to bring some special guests on for the channel. We're going to make some videos. His name is AJ. He'll be coming over, and I know I'm going to get at least one of them off him. I told him I wanted the 04 so I can have a bottle to compare to the 03. Because I don't have my Charlie's batch anymore. I got my Charlie's batch. I gave that away to my buddy Riley because Riley hooked me up with some crazy banger bottles. I've got a Weller full proof. It's not full, but it was an open bottle. And then, of course, I can't freaking find the open bottles right now. I have a Frey Ranch single barrel store pick. And then I got a sealed bottle of Blanton's as well. So we did some trades, and I was happy with what I got.
For that one bottle?
Well, I also traded an open bottle. There's about a third of a bottle left of Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend Batch 199, plus the Charlie's Batch 2023-01 Bookers. I got a sealed bottle of Blanton's. I got an open Weller full proof, and I got an open bottle of the Frey Ranch single barrel store pick. The Frey Ranch was almost full. It was like just a tiny bit out of it.
You did pretty well in that trade.
Yeah, he's from Florida. Well, I say he's from Florida. He's actually from Texas. He's from my area. He's gonna be moving back. He's in the Marine Corps. He's stationed in Florida. He's back already, but he'll be coming back to Texas probably in the next 6 months. And his name is Riley. He goes by Riley Tesla when we're doing Discord and video chats. Um, he does go on some of the videos for, I think it's called Whiskey Business Dash FL for Florida. He's on that guy's channel a couple times as a guest. I'm gonna bring him on as a guest more often. He was actually on the big bottle chug extravaganza. I don't know if you guys were able to see that one where we were.
So I can see where you'd want a 2304 to put side by side with a 2303, but
You said they're not even
I would
comparable
go
though.
back for another bottle. I would go back for the 2303.
Okay. Well, he has both, so maybe I'll get both of them off of him because I know he wants a Blanton's, and I got four Weller 107s that are sealed, and I don't necessarily want to get rid of any of those. Victor, I'm gonna be seeing you, brother. Obviously, I'm giving you a bottle of that, so we're gonna make sure you get 107. AG, I think he's gonna get another one, but the other ones, I mean, I love 107. I don't think I can get rid of it. I went hunting for 107, and I paid a lot of money for mine. I don't want to get rid of too many of them.
We don't speak on the
Drink and share, buddy.
Well, I love to drink and share, but when we're trading bottles or swapping bottles, like some of them, it's like I'll trade you something else. So Troy and Laura, for Weller, for the bottles that you've had and tried, which Weller do you think is one worth stockpiling, having a backup of? I mean, I don't believe in having 5 or 6 of the same bottle that are sealed, even though I do. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I don't. But which bottle do you think is worth having multiples of? Do you like the 107? Do you like just Special Reserve, 12, full proof?
Not a big special reserve fan. Like it's okay, but it's not something we're
I think
really ever craving.
the biggest disappointment in the lineup for me was the single barrel.
I try to omit the CYPB and the single barrel just because they fetch very hefty secondary prices, and it's mainly just before the clout of having the full lineup. I don't think they drink as the value that people give them. I think it's more of people just want the collection for their shelf. Single barrel fetches a $500 price tag on secondary, even though it's an $89 bottle, and not every single barrel is the same.
Special reserve in the blind for us beat it out.
So that's why I say like Special Reserve, 12, 107, full proof are the four. If I'm gonna rank them and compare them, those are the ones I'm considering because CYPB is like 450 and single barrels 500 on secondary, and I would much rather.
12. I like the 12 better than the 107, but I
Oh
think
wow,
the
you like 12 better than
107
107?
I do.
Okay.
I like the oak and the complexity of it. I think the 107 has a better proof.
I find the 12 to be very smooth and buttery, and I find the 107 to be more spicy and cherry, like cherry note forward.
Yeah, I like that smooth butteriness of the 12. The oak of it's amazing, but the 12's harder to come by.
It is. It is. That's why it fetches a higher price tag on secondary. I mean, they asked for 200 on that for secondary versus 107, 110.
I mean, it's definitely not a $200 bottle.
No, 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 no. I paid $54.11 for mine, but I've only ever had the chance to buy that one time. So
And we get the CYPB and the label, they go for $500 easy. They start at
I
500.
see the single barrels in these mom and pop stores at museum pricing. I've seen it as high as $1,000 for a single barrel, and I just laugh at
Usually
them.
starts at 5, and I see between 5 and 750 in our stores.
I,
So
I think the 12 is fantastic for what it is. I think the 107 for me is a better drinker. But now that I have a full proof, I've had to sample the full proof before, but now I have an actual bottle of it. The full proof is fantastic. It's kind of like a balance between the 12 and the 107 at a higher
I've got
proof
two
point.
samples. I've got two samples from Dave. I've got the 12 year and the full proof. I'm trying to get all four of them to get there. So I've got the 107 and the special reserve. But
I don't think you need to include CYPB or single barrel because I just don't think they're worth the
Hey, Troy
cost.
and Laura, sorry guys, I gotta run, guys. I got an issue that came up. Happy New Year, everybody.
Thanks for
Appreciate you guys
being
having me
here.
on.
Bye, Matt.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Text me if you need anything, Matt.
All right, you're good.
Love you, Matt.
Man, Matt's got stuff going on all the time. I feel so bad for that guy. He's got fa-
Big family.
yeah, and his family's been getting ill and sick, and just like the crazy. I mean, he showed me a picture the other day of a school parking lot where there was an accident, like right where he was going to pick up his kids.
Carl, cheers. Z-Man, what are you saying?
we're 10 out.
I think you
Sharpies at. You looking for Scotch Dunn?
Well,
Seven.
I think
Part 7.
I think you're in the wrong stream. Is my guess.
He's multi-streaming.
He's double dipping. I love it.
Well, I'm broadcasting on my channel as well, so just make sure you're not on my channel. It says there's someone else watching it right now.
Are you with RJ? Is that what you're talking about?
Old Pirate Bourbon's on my channel too, and I hope he's switching over to Baker Drinks. Old Pirate Bourbon, if you're watching my stream, go to Baker Drinks. Old Pirate Bourbon, I expect you to pop up in Baker Drinks chat because we're watching them.
Wait, where's he make gold?
That would explain why he said, "Oh, Baker Drinks is on here."
I only have like 2 people that are live on here, but I'm telling them to go over to you guys.
Oh, I think he was probably.
I think he was on mine. I just saw someone drop out, so it might have been him.
Gotcha. So, Joe,
I like Big Brooks, and I cannot lie.
Yeah, I watched him do a brandy review earlier.
Wasn't Bad X in Vegas also?
No, Bad X was in Vegas a couple weeks ago.
I'm
Worked tonight.
I'm gonna thumbs up the Kelsey's Creek. I normally don't thumbs up people's recommendations that work at the liquor stores because they're just trying to make a sale. But honestly, it's pretty good. It's about the same price as Eagle Rare. I would much rather have Eagle Rare over Kelsey's Creek. But honestly, the Kelsey's Creek is a little bit lighter and smoother, and a lot sweeter. There, because when I drink Eagle Rare, most of them are very oaky, unless it's a store pick.
What's the ABV on the Kelsey Creek?
90 proof. It's 45% alcohol by volume and 90 proof. So it's the same as Eagle Rare. It's 3 years less from my understanding though. It's not age stated, but I heard it's 7 years, not 10 year.
That's funny, independent Joe.
Oh, what did Joe say? Now you're sounding like Z-Man at Troy. Eric Gunderson put at Mr. Lopez. Email me shipping info to Eric Gunderson. Okay, so Eric's trying to hook up Mr. Lopez. Speaking of that, is Tater Dom in the chat? Tater Dom is in the chat.
Which is here in Indianapolis. And they're an independent bottler. And so it's an undisclosed Kentucky distillery, and I know where it is, but I can't tell you because there's papers signed. But this bottle,
You're not supposed to know.
well, I'm not supposed to know, but I do know. But I'm not going to say. I was told in Violet. So.
What is the bottle? You don't have to give all the details. I'm just trying to see it one more time.
Does it rhyme with MGP?
No. No. It is actually a true Kentucky distillery, and they get their barrels from a Speyside cooperage, which I know where that's from too. But anyway, this bottle is actually really freaking good. And so I live in Indiana, and I haven't seen it outside here. I don't know if anybody's seen this, but I'm willing to sample this out because this is that good.
Hold on, we're gonna solo you, William.
Sign me up, William Hall. Sign me up, brother. If it's that good, I want to try it. I like good whiskey. But the question becomes, if it's good whiskey, can I get more of it? If it's that good, can I get more of it?
Well, I know the guys that did the pick.
Okay.
It is a single barrel. It's a store pick. These guys are independent bottlers. They're local to me. They're actually in the same town I graduated high school from, which is why I picked it up. But I mean, the barrel picks they're doing are freaking, they're good. So, who has my email? Because if you want one, just send me an email. Big Cat, I know you got one. Vic, I know you got one.
I don't think I have your email, but I can probably find it if it's on your YouTube page.
Bakers, I know you guys got one.
Yep, I'm gonna email you.
RJ? Do you guys want one?
Yeah, is your email on your you got an email that I can need to reach out to?
Yeah. W Hall 2018, and there's a Google behind it.
W Hall 2018 at
Gmail.
gmail.com. Okay.
Mr. Jenkins, yes, absolutely. You get a sample from me. And I sell a bottle for you, Mr. Jenkins.
Andy Rose asked me what's the proof on that bottle.
It is. It is 119.2.
Just to confirm one more time, your email is WHAUL 2018 at gmail.com.
Yep.
Copy.
Did you say UL?
HAUL.
His last name.
Oh, double L. I sent it the wrong. Well, we'll fix that. We'll fix that.
You're gonna get some weird samples if you send it to
It says address not found anyways, so we're good. We're
You
gonna
might get some weird samples if he sends it to me anyway. I'm just saying.
imagine me just sending my like address crap to like some random stranger. Like,
Yeah, I got a lot of bottles of this sitting around. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's a good bottle.
Melkorn, yeah, solid.
How cheap it is?
Random email. Somebody may send you a DNA sample. You may not like what you get.
no, there's no one with that address actually, so we're fine.
So, like Independent Joe, we started off. Well, we've just been drinking through samples, since we started. But we started off with one that we got from you. We started off with the Maidenberg.
Finishing that one out.
Yeah,
From
we
our
finished that
blind.
guy off. So appreciate that that sample, and it was just as funky this time as it was when we tasted it during our battle. But I appreciate it anyway.
So I have a question about that because you're talking about Garrison Brothers. Um, I saw that they have like a special like wheat bottle, like a sweet wheat bottle. Someone had posted about that they were asking, and I found someone who was selling like samples of it. And essentially, if you wanted to buy the whole bottle, they wanted like $3,000 for. I am very hard pressed to say like obviously there's no way I'm paying that kind of price for a bottle, but I'm curious if Garrison Brothers is going to catch on to that and realize that people do want to try that again and see if they're going to make a new release for a newer year that's definitely more affordable because we're not paying that. Garrison Brothers is already way overpriced for what it is in the first place. I think it's great, just not for the price. But when you hear secondary price of thousands of dollars for a bottle, that's just unheard of. That's absurd.
So 3,000 for the bottle. What are they asking for a sample?
$75 per sample, which is more than most BTAX and Pappy, which I think is ridiculous. It's Garrison Brothers.
Are they 1 ounce samples?
1 ounce samples at $75. Yes. Yep. It's that rare of a bottle. They only made, I want to say they made 200 or 100, 150 or 250 bottles of that. And this guy had a single, it's already sold out, so you can't even inquire on it anymore. But I was trying to look for this bottle through the history because I was like, I've never seen this before. And then I found it and it had already sold out, but he was offering to sell the entire bottle sealed or samples at 1 ounce increments until the bottle was gone. And I was like, that's just crazy.
I paid $25 for a GTS tonight, and I felt like that was probably too much, but I'm glad I did it.
I mean, GTS $25 a sample is at a 1 ounce pour or 2 ounce pour.
That's a pour at a bar.
It's a quarter bar. It's a two. It is probably cheap. They like me there. I think it might have been 2.5 ounces, almost three.
I think $25 for a 1 ounce pour of it is fantastic. 2 and 3 ounce pours is even better.
Around us, it's probably between 60 and 90 for an ounce and a half.
Well, I'm a friend of the bar. The place I went was the place that likes me, so they gave me a hefty pour.
Wait a second. A place like you?
What a fucking asshole, Victor.
I'm sorry.
I bring them in a little bit of business, just a
Speaking of Victor, we're gonna conversate about the text I sent him. I am getting an Early Times Bottled in Bond black cap tomorrow, and I have a screw cap that is sealed. So whenever Victor and I hang out next month, we're gonna do fresh cracks of both, and we're gonna do a review together of the differences between the screw cap and the old Brown Foreman black cap. It's $50 for the black cap, which sounds kind of ridiculous, but at the same time, the screw caps they used to be $20.49 here, but they're all sold out. Spec sells them for $22. They're all sold out. So if you find a Early Times Bottled in Bond screw cap, you're paying about $30 for a bottle. So for $50 to have the old Brown Foreman black screw cap, that's even more rare and hard to find. I think it's a pretty solid price. Well, I think it's just the older Brown Foreman. I think some of the newer Early Times. I don't think it's borrowed juice anymore. I think it's truly like their new their distillate.
Hey, just don't say anything to Joe about the early times. 'Cause, oh, man.
I
So I've heard, and I have no way of knowing this is true or not, but I've heard there's enough stock to get Early Times through 2024 before it becomes all Barton juice.
I've never even seen Early Times Bottled in Bond anymore, except for the mom and pop stores that are marked up. All the big box stores are 100% sold out. Total Wine has not had it in 5 months, and Specs sold out,
Caps are everywhere.
and they haven't had it in 3 months. So here in the DFW Metroplex area of Texas, people are buying them out, even the screw caps, and I'm not seeing them.
Do you want me to bring you one?
No, I have a screw cap on the shelf. I have a 1 liter. It's sealed. It hasn't been opened, but it's just they're not here anymore. You can't find them unless you pay a premium.
Yeah, yeah. So Joe confirmed it's not their own distillation yet, but I've heard actually they not only sold them the the name, the rights to it, their stock, but they sold them the recipe and the yeast strain.
Oh wow.
So it should be a pretty smooth transition, I think.
This is supposed to be the same stuff.
It's been almost 4 years, so the Barton juice that they started making back when they bought it should be aging up nicely. I feel like it's going to be a pretty smooth transition.
I just love the flavor on it. It tastes if without buying a flavored whiskey, it tastes like peanut butter without it being a flavored whiskey, and I think it's fantastic for what it is. It's very smooth. It's very sweet. It has the peanut note as if it's a Jim Beam product, but it's on the sweeter side.
I mean, I get pretty classic Brown Foreman notes on it, and I hope I still do when it comes out 100%. But we'll see.
It's one of my favorite bottles for the price. Like I think it's very hard pressed to find anything to compete with it for the price point.
Joe, we would appreciate it if you did.
Joe, you are more than welcome to come in, brother.
Do it, Joe. I'm ready to hear this. I'm ready to hear this again.
I-
If Joe's got the inside track, I welcome him on because it's all hearsay.
I was talking to him behind the scenes for like 5 hours one night, and man, he was laying down his opinion on the early times.
I hear people sell the old black cap, plastic cap, screw cap from the old Brown Foreman product as superior over the metal screw cap. But the people who say that also say it's very negligible. It's almost indifferent because of how similar they are. But they do say that they can tell a difference. They say they can tell the difference. Yeah.
There is a difference, but it's like grossly exaggerated. It's very subtle.
Yeah, they say there's there is a difference, but it's very negligible. It's not hearsay, it's public. Thank you, Joe.
I'm not saying what you're going to tell us is hearsay, Joe. I'm saying all of this stuff that I am saying is just based on hearsay. I have not researched any of it. I'm just what I hear. I'm kind of parroting here.
I've never had the old black cap, and neither has Victor. And because I'm getting one tomorrow, I will make sure that he gets to try that with me. We're gonna do fresh cracks of both bottles, so we'll have the neck pour. We'll let them sit for a couple hours, and then we'll revisit it again, and we'll clip the video so you guys don't have to sit there and watch for it to wait. The more you f around, the more you're gonna find out. We're gonna be reviewing Early Times Bottled in Bond Black Cat versus Screw Cap as one of our collab videos. The more you F around, the more you're gonna find out. The less you find out, the less you're effing around. You gotta F around a little bit to find out anything. Otherwise, you're not gonna learn anything. Joe is on the way. Joe's gonna literally discourage me from doing a video with Victor now. He's gonna talk all about this early times balded and bond and shit. Don't talk about it anymore.
Are any of the vehicles that you got up there, or is any of the ones that I gave you up there?
These are like
No,
half
so
strength ones.
these are all samples that are like half full that we're trying to finish up and get out of the box. So we've not opened up any of those that you hand delivered to us yet.
So you said you did open up with the King Ranch and try that. Did you do the single barrel strength as well?
I don't know that I did that one, RJ.
Okay, I'm just curious because I think the single barrel strength is definitely superior, and it's actually slightly cheaper than the than the King Ranch.
We're big fans of the single barrel strength.
When it's a store pick, it's like as long as the store doesn't jack up the store pick, it should be better.
It was in the final.
We're a big fan of that bottle.
Okay. I've only ever seen one, and I own that single one. I could have went to the Specs Drop. I don't know if you guys saw the news article about the Specs Drop in Texas. The first guy in line set up a tent on Christmas Day at noon, and the drop wasn't until 10 a.m. on the 28th. So he spent 3 nights in the parking lot of a liquor store to buy allocated drops. There was 14 bottles on the store's list that were all a store pick that you were allotted to buy. Plus, there was 4 bottles that were off that store list that, if they had them available, you were allowed to buy. And then, if it was anything like last year, the first 10 people in line were allowed to buy an allocated bottle that was not on the list, that was not disclosed until the date of, which I did not hear about or see about for post. That being said, if you bought all 14 bottles from the allocated list, there were a couple that were either or on the cheap side or expensive side. You're spending about $2,000 after taxes, cold hard cash, to buy all those bottles. And if you're a flipper or a reseller, they're worth about $4,000 or $5,000. So maybe double, almost 2.5 times your money. Not worth it, in my opinion, if you're camping out for 3 nights. The coolest thing, though, of all of them, and this might surprise you, the coolest store pick they had is they actually had a store pick Blanton's Gold. I've heard of straight from the barrel and single barrels of those being store picks, but a Blanton's Gold store pick was the most unique bottle they had to offer, which I thought was pretty cool. But I'm not camping out overnight for that.
Blanton's Gold store pick?
Store pick, yeah. I've never heard of that before. They had Specs Blanton's Gold store pick. That was the most unique bottle. They had Weller 107 store picks. They had Weller Foolproof store picks. It was either or. They had Stag Junior store pick. Or I say Stag Junior. It's just Stag now. Just Stag store pick. It's pretty cool, but these guys were camping out 3 nights, not just 1 night. It's a little bit different. My coworker said I need to be at the next Specs Drop next year, though. But instead of waiting in line for whiskey, he says I need to open up a food truck and sell food to the people who are camping out. Profit in stonks. RJ's Taco Shop. We're gonna be selling tacos straight out of the back of the truck. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna have hot Cheetos for sale. We're gonna have Monster Energy drinks, and we're gonna have tacos. They brought porta potties out for that event. There was 20 porta potties that they dropped in the parking lot for people to use. So they would. So I have the video link. I can send that to you. I don't think you'll be able to play it over your stream just because of the way the Facebook thing works. But there was roughly 120 to 200 people in line that camped out 2 nights for that many people camping out 2 nights. The total line I think was 890 people deep for the line of the day of, and then at 6 p.m. they because the liquor stores open at 10 a.m. At 6 p.m. it used to be limited one per person for allocated bottles. So that at 6 p.m. they lifted the limit, so people were buying 6, 7, 8, 9, even a case of like Old Forester single barrel strengths. They were able to buy it by the case. You could buy Buffalo Trace by the case, but the Buffalo Trace they were all store picks.
Hold on a second.
Oh, 1256 giveaway. Hashtag year, boys.
We got about 5 more minutes, guys. If you've not put the code word in the chat, do it now.
Hashtag year.
4 minutes now. We're going to be giving away. This is a 4 2-ounce sample pack of our collection, our personal collection. So get it in now. We're going to be drawing that winner here.
What do I enter 2 or 3 for?
It is smarter than that, so it doesn't matter. It'll only count you as once. So can't out trick it. If it was me trying to keep track, you probably could, and I would accidentally enter it. But since I've got the old computer thing doing it,
Yep. You can't out intelligent the artificial intelligence.
So
Oh, I gotta go get on my phone. Hold on.
So Laura and Troy, how do you guys get the extremely allocated bottles for your area? Is it strictly like relationship based, or is it just right time, right place? Like, how do you get the good bottles?
I don't know that we have any that are relationship based. Maybe Blaine. We get all our Blaines because Troy is. So how Oregon works is they get their bottles, and when they get their delivery, it doesn't show up on the website. It updates at like 3 o'clock in the morning or something. So some stores will call people if you're on a list, and if you show up that day, so that it never shows up on the website, they like those people better, and they'll keep calling them. So that's how we were able to get our Blantons.
Okay.
But really good bottles has been like Total Wine Lottery. We've been pretty lucky with that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple stores that I know when their drop is, and you just go down there about 20 minutes before they open. That's all the longer I'm going to wait in line is about 20 minutes, and I'm usually in the top 5 or 6 people at 20 minutes before it opens.
We have to wait 2 hours or more to be in the top 6.
You go in there, they tell you what they have, and if you want what they have, you get in line, and if you don't like it, you just move on to the next store.
Have you guys heard of Black Tuesday? It's a beer. I know it's not bourbon. Sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah, we got that guy from the brewery.
So I had to be in the Total Wine lottery to win this opportunity to buy this. So
We got the same bottle, same way, RJ.
this is the first and only bottle I've ever been selected for. All my other emails from Total Wine have been denial letters, and I have 129,000 points entering the new year.
That's more than us.
Wow. Someone's got more than
And
About 20,000.
so the guy that's like one of the number one guys.
RJ, you're past New Year's in your time, right?
Correct. So we should be resetting.
0 points.
As soon as we reset, I have $1,000 cash below me. If mom and pop stores don't take my offers on the That's Crazy offer, $500 cash for their BTAC bottles, we're probably going to drop all 1,000 of those dollars at Total Wine, because in the state of Texas, we get point multipliers. So wine is 10x points and food is 10x points. So we can buy like cheeses and nuts, and we can get 10x points on that, or we can buy wine because my mom loves to drink wine. Get her what she likes, get people gifts and presents. We'll buy them in January, and we'll immediately requalify for Grand Reserve and be entered into the new lottery. That being said, we are still in the Pappy lottery. What's up?
You're Grand Reserve for 2 years.
Correct.
And when you start spending money there again, go to they've got the Spirits Direct deals. They've got like the double, triple, quadruple point deals.
Yeah.
You get your points real quick.
I get 10x points on all wine and all food purchases at least once a month. So we're gonna buy some wine for like my mom.
You ain't gotta spend $1,000 there.
Oh, but we're gonna drop $1,000 for a bourbon hunt video, guys. Like we gotta have content.
So Indiana doesn't do that. I mean, we have the total line of over 20, but most of the locals, they're all like behind the counter kind of stuff. So
Let's share the. We're gonna do the drawing, guys.
See who gets the samples.
I saw my name. I didn't see my
Victor. I didn't see my name at all, but I know I entered. I entered in the stream, but I didn't see my name. Victor got it though.
Victor, I feel like samples are headed your way like every couple of weeks.
Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, I just got the last one. That horse bath is well beaten down. But I think it picks people off of charisma and good looks.
He rolled a 20 on his 20-sided dice.
Well, congratulations to you.
I have some more beers that we're gonna be trying. So we got the Black Tuesday. Oh, 2024 hashtag 2024. We gotta enter it in the giveaway real quick. I don't know if we're gonna make it till 2 a.m., but we're gonna try. Have you guys seen this? This is from 2020. It's a. Have you seen this? The Goose Island. It's aged in Weller 12-year-old barrels from 2020.
Yeah, we've not seen the aged in Weller.
This is from the year 2020. Like I had a subscriber send this to me. In fact, I'll go ahead and leak his name. You guys know him as Dave Vogelsample. And then the Dawn, yeah. And then he heard me talking about how I was really trying to get this Eagle Rare 2023 release from Goose Island, and he actually had one of these as well. So I have both of these plus that Black Tuesday for some beer. William Hall showing off his selection of samples. Yeah.
Laura, I put that 2022 to be funny. I didn't know it was going to be a nice collection.
So you like the Booker's box, William Hall? These are all Dave Vogel samples as well. Get some more Dave Vogel samples.
Make some sample boxes because I need to keep track of where they all come from because I get samples and it's like, shit, who's thank you, but always
Yeah, for the most part, I'll put our sticker on there and all that stuff. I've been pretty lazy lately.
put a B on it or something. Just take a Sharpie. I don't care. Yeah, all of mine have stickers on them.
These samples that are coming, you're gonna have to read the label on the from the guy that delivers it to you because I don't think I put anything in the box that says where it came from.
This link that you sent me, Victor, is this legit?
Mystery samples.
The link that you sent me for the Advent calendar box, is that legit? Because that seems super cheap. 25 bucks for this one. Are you kidding me? It's literally this cheap. I can't believe that they literally only want that much money for their. I mean that's some work they're doing. They're not making any profit on this.
So Laura's got little banner down there at the bottom. Type in hashtag 2024 at midnight our time, 55 minutes from now. We're giving away the
Henry McKenna tenure.
This actually was given away already at our gifted it to the channel to give away at our 1250 subscriber. And our last live stream we hit 1250. It was a couple weeks ago. We're inching closer to like 1300 now. But this is our next live stream. We're giving it away tonight. So in 55 minutes, that's going to be the bottle that we give away. So if you
Hey,
want a
Troy,
chance
what,
to win that, what's that?
Troy, what's the barrel? What's the barrel number?
So the barrel number on this guy right here is 12926.
Okay.
And it was barreled on 10/17/2012.
112. Okay.
Yep, so it's a 2022 bottle.
We're gonna go ahead and do another fresh crack, even though we probably shouldn't because we're already feeling everything.
So
But
caller Lee, if you win, we're sending the slap shot. Appreciate you, buddy.
Cheers, Lee.
my arch nemesis plastic is fighting me right now.
So Troy, you're a woodworking guy, right?
So I try to be, yeah.
So have you thought about doing some Advent Christmas trees?
So yeah, I mean we've talked about doing a lot of that kind of stuff. I'm edging closer and closer to like working a lot less. Not like full retirement, but I'm gonna be going relief here real soon.
I just heard edging. I'm sorry.
We've talked a lot about me doing that kind of stuff as kind of like a side hustle. I just don't want it to become a full-time job when I've already got a job. I want to keep it hobby level. So like I'm gonna make stuff and
Yeah, I was thinking for Patreon. So,
yeah.
Cause
So
I was thinking about doing some of the Christmas trees out of like reclaimed pallets,
yeah. That's a great idea.
just for fun. I mean, just
Oh,
do the planer, run it through the joiner, and pick them
I
out.
absolutely love this story. I use this all the time, especially over here.
Absolutely.
This is fantastic.
I'm using it right now.
So when I made those, I made a batch of 40 of them.
Mhm.
And they've gone out to all of our patrons and some channel friends. I think we've still got like 4 or 5 of them here left in house that we use like when we're filming videos and stuff now.
My only complaint is that there's not 4 slots.
So Eric,
thank you for that.
and
Thank you for
Lee,
that, Troy. I
if
appreciate
they
it.
win, they want it sent to Slapshot.
Troy, I'm gonna give you a hint. A tip.
Yeah.
So in the front of those flight bars that you're cutting out of the staves, put a little slot and then make the little coins that go with that, and you can put the 1, 2, 3 so that you can put the numbers in front of the ones you're picking
Oh,
as your trick.
I,
I like that. That's a good idea.
yeah. We've also like it continues to evolve. I think the next round is going to have a groove for a cigar,
And like a rock splash.
and it's going to have a bigger hole to fit a rock splash, and it's going to have cork in it.
There you go.
One thing, my Kinsey glass, and I don't use it often. I only have one Kinsey glass. I wish it was just a little bit bigger for the Kinsey glass. It fits perfect on the Glen.
Victor's got the right
I
idea.
just measured the Glen. I didn't even think people are drinking out of other things.
Yeah. So, but it's still. I only have one Kinsey, but like I said, it would just that's the only thing. But I wouldn't make this hole any bigger. It's perfect for what it is. Even the mini dram sits in there perfect. This is what I drink 90% of my drinks out of anyway, so I like it.
So I was thinking that the ones that I was gonna do were gonna have a little slot in the front that you could put like a little placard or a little coin or something in there, like a 1, 2, 3, so you can have all the glasses right there, and then you can rank them as you choose it.
That's a great idea.
It's free to you. I won't charge you a royalty or copyright.
We'll delete the stream. There will be no proof.
Too late. I've already recorded it.
So I think I'm going to move on to the Wild Turkey 101 12 year.
Did you make that, RJ?
No, I got this beer flight thing for Christmas, but it also holds Glencairns perfectly, so you can see like the beer glasses and the Glencairns.
You can swing it.
Exactly.
I started having flashbacks.
Yeah, when the woodshop teacher made the paddles and drilled them through the holes, that was bad news.
The holes were for aerodynamics, so you could have extra swing when you whoop that kid's ass.
Well, I had a math teacher who was really good at it.
Hey, that Wild Turkey 12 years, man, phenomenal.
Is that really good?
Yes,
It's really good.
fucking fantastic. I love Wild Turkey, so
I like turkey too. It's delicious.
It's a
it's
Turkey
good, man.
12 better than the Michter's 10.
I haven't had a Michter's except for the toasted sour mash or whatever that one is.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only one I've had.
That Michter's 10 is pretty freaking awesome. So,
Are you talking the bourbon or the rye?
Bourbon.
the bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
packing the same
we've got
dude. I'm packing the same dude.
we've got a Michter's 10 bourbon from a couple years back, and then we've got a sample of this year's. We've not tried it yet. We got to compare those. We got
This is
this
I
year's
got
rye.
I got this from Dave. It's the there. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
this is
Our, our
amazing.
our sample looks very similar.
Yeah, I've got some similar.
I'm gonna piecemeal this one out. This is gonna be at least three more drinks out of this for sure. This is
That Michter's 10 is just, oh my God. If I could find a bottle of that, I would pay.
Yeah. So
Firstborn child, maybe the
Danny
second.
and Chris, are you working tomorrow? Are they gonna make you work on New Year's Day? Or you just your body's got like that built-in alarm clock? Because mine does. I wake up at 6 o'clock every morning, whether there's alarm set or not.
I wake up at 4:30 every single morning central every day.
Wow,
I can't help it.
that's rough.
Yeah, and I'll be up in 3 hours. So, but
Yeah, that's too early for me.
That's gross.
No
it
way.
is. I agree completely. I did IT work for at a company for 5 years, and we were an international company, and and they would translate over. I had Costa Rica, Amsterdam, Japan, and they would call us, and nobody in the IT department got more than 3 hours sleep a night without getting woke up. And it 5 years of doing that. I can't sleep more than three. Well, 5 hours of sleep without some sort of alcohol or sleep aid. So I just can't sleep past it. So
I feel bad for you guys. I've been working at home for the last 4 years. I wake up at 7:50 and I'm in the office by 8 a.m.
I love it.
I mean, every day at four, I'm up at 4:30 Central every single day, whether I want to or not.
No, you're not.
I hate it. I hate it. Trust me.
Give me your phone number. I'm going to text you.
I so
Pull me up. Trust me.
yeah, I've actually done it a lot of times.
You
Yeah.
see,
So
you see me. I talked to you. I talk. You're up, right? Vic's up early, and I'm usually up, right? I'm answering emails. I'm already up. My wife, it kills my wife.
It's not crazy if I respond to Victor at like 6 o'clock in the morning my time, and he's already like sent me messages at 4:30 a.m. Like sometimes I'll respond that early because my son wakes me up, but other times I'm like I'm gonna wait till 6 a.m. before I respond to him.
Well, see, I'm the other way. I work with Japan, so I'm up late.
Well,
I wake up at 4 a.m. because my son, but I worked pretty late. Like I didn't get home till 11:30 tonight, so I barely was able to jump on before it hit New Year's for me.
so this is funny. Well, you work with Japan. At my old job we worked with Japan, right? And this is what would kill me. They'd have a problem. This is email. This is technical stuff. We'd have a problem with our Exchange server and having problems, and you'd have to call them in the conference room. We had like video conferencing. Every response to every answer was yes.
Hmm?
And you'd go, hey, we try to walk
So is
through.
Nick.
Yeah, we try to walk through something, and they'd be like, yes, yes. And that's all they would respond to. So we're in the middle of the night. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, or in the morning, and you're trying to do something. You're wide awake, and the only response you get is yes to them. It would drive us nuts. So finally, we had somebody from compliance. We'd have to call who spoke Japanese and work with us. It was the worst. So
No,
yeah,
see, we always have translators because it's always, hi, so desu ne, wakarimasu.
yes,
I understand. Or wakarimasu. I don't
no, they
understand.
don't. They don't understand.
So yeah, we always have translators. 24/7.
Yeah, I was just saying we didn't have it. So it's pretty rough. So makes me tired
So,
thinking about it.
so Michael Bortner, I seen he just grabbed that Flex Pro Dry, and then Whiskey Canada said he passed it up and regretted it. So when we were at that allocation raffle up at Bourbon Baller Release Store in Sammamish 2 weeks ago, that's the bottle that I won in the raffle, and we already had it, so I traded it for one we didn't have. I traded it to Holly and Simone Barkeep for this year's Jack 10 because we only had last year's Jack 10, and we never even saw this year's. And he had multiple, so I traded it to him, and we left happy. It's such a good bottle, though. Like Victor, you probably shouldn't have passed it up, and Michael, I'm glad you got one because that's a great, great bottle.
Yeah, that's
So
really,
I
really,
like
really
the
good.
C923, but I like the B523 better. I do.
Yeah, we do too. Do you watch Cam from Drams and Drums?
Yeah.
He just put out a video where two videos. There's like a controversy with the C923 because like some people got it and they didn't like it, and some people got it and thought it was like God's gift to bourbon. Apparently, there's two different versions of it.
Yeah,
I'll
the
be-
lug numbers that start with like 22 or something are not as good as the ones that say 23 at the beginning of the
Yeah, so the laser coat on the bottle, ours was the bad one, and we did not like the bottle. So
I mean, we didn't hate the bottle, but we didn't feel like how the people that rave about it. It's like on the
We
back,
didn't-
on the near the bottom.
there's like a
So-
laser etched coat on the bottle.
So I was on with like Whiskey Friends and that whole group of that whole clique over there one night, and
Yeah,
I just wrote in the chat. I was like, "Hey, I hear some people like the B better," and they lit me up, and they were like, "No, no." They were all like, "You're a douchebag," and I was like, and I just seen Matt and someone else said that they like the B better. They were like losing their minds. I was like, "Whoa, calm down." It's like you're a clickbaiter, and I was just like, "All right, I'm just gonna table in the background and not do whatever."
yeah.
I can
No,
see
Which laser code do you have?
Ours has the 22 something. I can't remember. I guess I went
So
to
I've got 30321.
I mean, what's the first, the beginning of it?
A234
Okay,
30321.
see, so it's the A23. I hear that that's better than the ones that start A22, which is what we have.
So you got the good one.
I have 83032.
And you got the good one too.
According to whatever he was talking about.
But I would still
I
think
don't think so.
I'm sorry. I put them all three behind me.
It's
I
still
put the
good
A123, the B523, and the C923 side by side, and I came up with the B523 every single time.
We did as well.
So
I
I've
like
got the A23. Is that the good one or the bad one?
That's supposedly the good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm not going to say that it was any better than any of the other ones, but I thought it was really hot. So
For us, it was very bitter.
Don't get me wrong. It was good.
Yeah, they're
I
all good.
I like that, but the one I really
I
mad at.
I like the Larson C923 better than I did the Elijah Craig.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people like the A better. A lot of people like the A better.
Everybody loved the A batch of Larson this year.
And we hated it.
Honestly, I don't think I liked any of the Larceny this year.
Oh no, I like it too.
I like
But I
the
didn't like the
B523.
No, they're drinkable. The spice isn't great. It's just something I'm reaching for. We have not reached for them since we did the review. That's how much we loved it.
I thought that B523 was really good, real butterscotchy. And so, like, I had some friends over and now I have like a third of the bottle left. So,
That's your fault, Vic.
it is.
If you don't want to lose,
People what are you doing, man? Come on.
If you don't use it, you lose it. And
Yeah.
That is true.
I'll be begging for it.
Any bets on the age statement on the ECBP A24?
Less than 13
Well,
years.
well,
I'm gonna guess really close, like 12 and like
Oh,
1 month.
what's your over under?
I'm going 12 and 1 month.
12 in a month?
I'm going 11 and 3 months.
I'm gonna go even less than that and say it's gonna be 10 years, 5 months or less.
Oh, ouch! That'd be killer.
I'm guessing it's going to be in the 11 range.
I've seen private barrel selects that were 9 years and under.
Gunner's got a solid guess there. 11-year, 9 month. Bourbon Baller Lee, 10-year, 120, 20, or 122 proof.
I'm thinking 10 years, 5 months.
ready. The whiskey's ready. I mean, who cares what the age statement is? It's about the taste.
I agree
You know,
with you.
when you pull it out of the bottle or the barrel, it's either ready or it's not. So I don't care. I mean, I've had 6 years that are just freaking fantastic.
Yes.
So,
So I feel like the B batch, you know, and I've said this a lot. You guys have all heard it. The B batch, it came out early. It was a better batch. It didn't need to be in the barrel as long, right? When we tried it.
it was
The
ready.
C batch required another year and a half in the barrel. It just was not up to standard. And when we tasted them, that's exactly how they came across. So I stand by our review. Um, I've not had the laser etched bottle that you guys have. That's supposedly the good one.
If that's even a real thing, I don't even know.
But the one we have, it tastes fantastic, but it trails off. It's very bitter on the finish. And the B batch was not bitter on the finish, which is why it was a better bottle for us.
Just pull
Have
it when
you
it's
guys,
ready.
have you guys
Well,
tried any of the pirate bottles?
I've never had a pirate bottle.
Okay.
those aren't real. They don't exist.
I do have
I know.
I do have a sample. I have a sample of a Bourbon Baller Lee pick. It's 10 years and it's hazmat, 141 plus
I just
proof.
tried that one last
Oh.
night. It was fucking delicious. It was good.
Oh, I have high hopes because everything
It
that
was
man
good.
picks is
Yep.
fantastic.
It was good.
And
I don't know.
who has a pick that's hazmat ECBP?
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was delicious. Hey, it was good.
Yeah, we're
You-
gonna
you will
do
not
like
be
a special
disappointed.
review on that one.
Hey, well, when you do, I got the same samples, so you let me know and I'll follow you guys.
Yeah, we will. And so Gunner, you like the A123 better than the 523?
A123, A123
So
was good.
so A123 for Laura went to the final four in the Advent tournament.
Yeah, I like that one a
It
lot.
it was a good one. She's drank almost all of that bottle.
I still have like half of it
Not
left.
not half. She got maybe like a quarter.
It's a good bottle. Trying to like bonus. Too much. Too many bottles.
This is my A123 bottle.
That's about where mine is. See,
So
I'm
did
not
Deb,
the only
man.
one that.
Laura's is down to the top of the label. As far as the Bernheim goes, Candy Road, the A223 was good. The B923 we didn't like.
But I hear other people say that they liked it more. So, and maybe my palate's just wrong.
And
So,
and spoiler alert, in these samples that we packaged up tonight, there might be some Bernheim B923 in there.
Really?
after you're like, I didn't like it.
It's
By the
not that I
way,
didn't like it. I didn't like it as much as the A.
I like the A.
I've
The
heard
A
the
was good.
Burnham stuff is pretty good.
I
Yeah,
mean, we're not gonna be chasing it, but
yeah. It's not something that I'm reaching for often, but you know, when you got just like options,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you're only drinking like a four a night or four every couple of nights, you're not reaching for that kind of stuff. It sits in the back corner and collects dust, unfortunately. Justin did that live stream a couple nights ago, we reviewed 6 bottles because they've been sitting on the table
Yeah,
collecting dust.
that was a good video. I liked it.
We were gonna do a 15-minute quick impromptu live. We weren't expecting anybody to even watch it. And then like people are on, we're having fun. It's like fuck it, let's review another bottle. Oh,
Yeah.
let's do another bottle.
I was
We did 6 bottles.
Let's go after every single one. Morgan came and got his bottle. I'm like, yo, let's keep going.
Never know what else to grab.
Yep. So that was fun. And you know, Laura was sick. She was like kind of off in the corner over here. We were pouring one for the homie. She wasn't getting close to us to get us sick though. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Adam, you still drinking? Or
I
you
am.
finished?
I'm actually drinking the old Granddad 114. So
Did you get a backup bottle while you were down there?
I did not.
Oh,
you could've.
man. Yeah.
Oh, I did get a bottle. I did get a backup bottle, and I gave it to my brother. So that's all I have. But this is going to go into rationing pretty hardcore. I'm looking for the double oak, the Woodford double oak, so I can mix that when I do my live for my birthday
Oh, yeah.
weekend. I'll do that then because people like it. So I
It's a
really,
good blend. Solid.
I really should have been more careful. I didn't think I was going to enjoy this as much as I did, but I like it too much. So
So now we've got
Yeah,
OG
you put a
114
dent in that
2.0. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
yes.
So Mike Brock, I see your comment there. C923 for you. 919 is the best of all time. Check your laser code. I'd be curious to see which version of the C923 you have. The A22 that we have, it tastes great, but it trails off into bitter. And Canadian Chris, I see your comment as well. We are definitely going to do dry January -2 days. Tomorrow the Huskies play. We're going to be drinking some drinks during the Husky game, and then on the 13th we're going to go to a friend's birthday party and we'll have a couple drinks there. Other than that, it's going to be dry January. So
But we did film a couple reviews.
yep.
So there is still content for January, and then there's plenty of non-drinking
Yeah,
stuff
and
we can do too.
you guys don't know this about Laura, but when we put an idea in her head, she like goes hardcore into it, right? So we're like, hey, let's grab a couple of these non-alcohol drinks, and maybe on a live stream we can drink those, or we can do a review or whatever. I got like 4 cases of non-alcohol drinks that came in the mail.
Was it like
Because
Sprite?
Laura's like, oh, that sounds good. Let's get that one. Oh, that sounds good. Let's get that one.
They're like mocktails, I guess.
Yeah, so we'll still do some live stream stuff. We'll have some non-alcohol drinks.
Hey, I'm not drinking for all of January except for, that person's birthday party, and I'll see you guys there. But
For sure.
other than that, I'm gonna take a break. My liver needs a break.
Yes, your liver will be happy. Hydrate, big cat. Hydrate. And Tolly, yes, we're gonna make an exception tomorrow. We'll have some drinks tomorrow, and then we'll have some drinks again on the 13th for a birthday party. Like normal. You'll probably be there as well.
I'm not drinking in January unless the day starts or ends in a Y.
There you go. So I'm gonna pour this guy next. I know you like this one a lot.
Okay, this one's good.
Okay.
I don't have that one.
All right, we're gonna do the Barrel King ADHD whiskey. We also got this one from Independent Joe. I don't know if this is the Stag Junior barrel
I don't know.
finish or not, but
Ooh,
it's supposed to be a good one.
Which one you got, Jake? Is that Barrel King? Like this?
It's Barrel King, yes.
But I don't know which one. Because
Oh.
he's, his name on multiple Barrel King.
He
Yeah.
is their new master blender.
Yeah. I hear that his stuff is spot on. So I've got the Barrel King Matching Journey Squid Games. Where I can
Tolly, if they win the Natty, we'll probably be drinking on that one as well. Potentially, we could drink three days in January, which is a huge improvement over December, where we drank almost every day.
I mean, my mama didn't raise a quitter, so we can't quit now.
So when Washington destroys Texas, what are you going before?
So Laura's dad, like Laura's family comes over and watches the game with us. We usually cook some food. We do like shots for every score, all that stuff. Her dad is like tired of the good whiskey. He requested Fireball. And I literally told Laura, if we're doing Fireball, I'm not drinking tonight.
Yeah.
Well, we have never done Fireball for scores. I don't know that we will.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Instead of
But we have
Fireball,
also done different pours where we've done like a couple people drink one thing and a couple people drink something else. So maybe he'll drink Fireball and then we'll have something.
so
Something else.
get the Jack Daniels Fire. Do that.
A couple weeks ago, I gave him Malort for his shot.
He wasn't happy with that.
He choked. He turned beet red and choked. Joe.
Speaking of Fireball.
I like the way these glasses that have a little bit wider thing. They fit right on top. They cover the whole surface. And no air is released from the bottom of this hole, so that it kind of holds it in, and it actually makes the whiskey taste a little bit better. I'm having a little bit of pineapple juice mixed with
Oh
some
yeah.
Fireball, because the Fireball actually brings out the cinnamon flavor within the whiskey.
I love it.
It's weird how that works, but yeah.
That sure is just amazing. And the
Yeah,
fact
you
that
can
we
get.
had just started talking about Fireball makes it even better.
You got to tell me, does it have a cape with it?
Barrel
Funny
King
enough,
took my breath away.
it
Wow.
does. I just refuse to wear it because once I put it on, I start to levitate. People get scared, start running off the room. I am just not going to do that. I'm not doing that today.
Oh shit. Hey man, I like that cowboy sweater you had the other night. That was awesome. Did you guys
Joe,
see that Eric was wearing with the Grinch?
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So Joe, we're drinking this Barrel King ADHD whiskey pick that was gifted to us by you. Is this the Stag Junior finished one, or
The
is
Willet,
this a
it's
different version?
supposed to be the Willet finished one, but
Willet.
I'm gonna say honestly, I don't get any Willet on it, and I'm a Willet fanboy, like Major Zero.
He
He's
left.
not here, so I just
So he's a trash
he
house.
probably has his earbuds in. He's probably taking a nap right now. So let's just wait for him to get back.
So Willet finished. I'll tell you what, it's fantastic. It kind of takes my breath away when I
Which
taste
one's
it.
back there, Woody?
So this is the Squid Games from M&J.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is the Amberana. The good, the bad, and the Amberana.
Oh, wow.
That's really cool.
Okay. All right.
I don't remember which ones.
Is there a speed in that? Or is it just from Barrel King?
It's just from Barrel King.
Okay, yeah. So it's just from the United releases. It's just United.
This was November.
Are you part of their club then?
Yeah. It doesn't have that cool sticker on the back of it. No, even my Squid and Ross games didn't come. So I won this on a Match and Journey live stream with Jared from Barrel King. And he apologized because there was no tater sticker with it. But this bottle is freaking.
What batch number is it? Is it gold? Is it gold in the front?
Yeah, This is a C1